What's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. Today we're going to learn how to make a guy chase by playing hard to get. Now, before I talk about this, let's first get to this point. Yesterday I was very pissed off. I was supposed to create a video and I had 2 videos made and my laptop just died. Ironically, the camera that I've been trying to trade away because I didn't like, that's the camera that I'm using right now. Isn't that ironic? The one that I didn't want is the one that's saving me right now. So I'm very grateful for this, and because of that, salute to you, camera. So let's get started. So most of the time, a lot of women don't know how to make a guy chase by playing hard to get. You see, they don't know how to do it the right way because a lot of the times the problem with women playing hard to get, it looks too obvious. Now look, let me tell you why I feel like I qualified to talk about this. I'm a dating coach I'm a dating coach for men, for women. For those who don't know, I teach men how to pick up women. I'm what they call a pickup artist, dating coach, whatever. And so when you're doing this, you have to really know how to make girls chase, because it's very intrusive for a stranger to be overly aggressive with a girl. But the only way for you to get with a girl that you just met is to be aggressive, but in a passive way, all right, without being too obvious. Because of that, you learn to develop a skill set that women would never be able to, would never come around to learn, because it's not that much of a necessity because of the circumstance that they have, because they're women. The guys come to them, you see. So you don't really get too much in depth as to that. So that's why a lot of dating coaches are not going to mention the things that I'm going to talk about, because I come about it from a male's perspective, and because it comes about from a male's perspective, it's more of techniques that actually work. Alright, so let's get started. So first things first, you cannot be too obvious. You can't be too obvious. You act like you don't like the guy, but you like the guy, right? You want to be able to mask your attraction to the person with an air of indifference. For example, 1 second you show a lot of attraction. You do things that in his mind tells him, damn, this girl really likes me. For example, let's say that he needs help and he's stuck in New York City and you're 3 hours away. You drive all the way to New York City to pick him up because he needs help. In his mind, he's like, damn, I got this girl. You know what I'm saying? I got her. But then the next day, you don't text. He doesn't hear from you for 2 days. You don't hit him up. Even when you hit her up, she's even when he hits you up, you act as though you don't care. You act indifferent. And so in his mind, he's like, what the fuck? Like, she was acting as though she liked me, and now suddenly she's like indifferent towards me. That confuses him. All right. So the key to do is this: is to know how to be comfortable with going to the extreme on both ends. Both ends in terms of showing your attraction, which in this case could be really expressing yourself, because a lot of the times you actually like the guy. And you don't know how to actually show that you like the guy. So in this time, we're not saying overly express your feelings. We're just saying express yourself. Express yourself, girl. But on the other side, I want you to learn how to be a little self-disciplined and and hide your attraction but do it aggressively, not half-heartedly, but not texting him back, or by just giving him one word of response, by acting like you're not attracted to the guy, or by canceling a date. When you mix in the I really, really, really like you vibe with I don't like you, like canceling on a date, that makes the guy say, damn, the fuck? She likes me, but at the same time, what the fuck is going on here? You see? But the problem with that most women do is that they do it too half-heartedly. You don't go all out, and so that's why it'll seem as though you're not really being honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is that you gotta time it well. The best way to actually show that you actually like the guy, like express yourself, is when he does something that goes along with what you have in mind in terms of the relationship. For example, if you want him to be your boyfriend and whatnot, you reward behavior that goes more towards boyfriend, like him asking you out on a date, all right, and taking you out to dinner and whatnot. You reward him with a lot of attention, or just do something very, very that shows that you're really attractive. But then on the other side, you want to be able to stop hitting him up and stop texting him, like be cold to him when he does something that could be interpreted as maybe he fucked up. For example, he doesn't text you for a whole day, he acts as though he's not interested, he doesn't text you for like 6 hours and you don't like that. That's a good time to initiate your acting cold. Like not hitting him up for 2 days, or just acting very cold and just giving him like one word responses. You see, so then what's gonna happen is that you're also not only making him chase, but you're also in a way conditioning him to behave in a certain way. So you time it on the right. You time it right so that you know exactly the kind of behavior you want him to have. It's kind of manipulative, to be honest with you, but it works. It really works. Like, it's pretty insane how much this works, y'all. So what else can you do? Not only that, you could. Another thing is giving the guy space. You see, giving the guy space allows you to play hard to get. And also, not only that, not only are you coming across as more attractive because we want what's out of our range, but also you're also, how can I say, is like you're also making him more attracted towards you. Because when he's not around you, the only way for him to actually think about you is to imagine you, fantasize about you. So the more space you give him, the more he's gonna start fantasizing about you. And what tends to happen is that our male fantasy, the hornier they get, the more they think about you, the hornier they get, and the more extreme it's gonna be. So he's gonna begin to create, literally create a fantasy-like image of you. It may not reflect reality, but guess what? It's gonna get him to chase. It's gonna get him to actually want to see you more. All right, and so that's pretty much how you do it. And another thing you gotta do is actually show vulnerability. Show vulnerability and act as though you're the innocent little girl. Because if you show vulnerability, for example, like just saying that you cannot resist yourself, like saying like I cannot, when I'm around you, I just want to be close to you. Like acting as though you cannot control yourself when you're around them, almost as though you're a victim of your emotions. When you are able to put that across, what tends to happen is that he's gonna say, damn, this girl cannot control herself. So then when you act cold, he's gonna say, damn, I must have done something, because earlier she could control herself. Now she's acting cold towards me. That makes him question, that makes him think, that makes him invest more. And because of that, that's how you literally make him chase. That's how you literally, like, in a way, control his mind, because he's just gonna be thinking about you. But the only way for him to do that is to actually be confused as to why you're not talking to him. Have him wondering why. And the only way for you to actually do that is to time it around the time when he actually does something that could be considered as bad. Like him not texting you, taking a long time to text you back. He may say, why, is she annoyed? And then when you text him back, you may say, oh, I'm sorry, honey, my phone died, or whatever. Give him an excuse. But the whole point is, make sure it doesn't come across as though you were doing it intentionally to punish her, because then you're going to create this dynamic where both of you guys are getting back at each other. That's why playing innocent, like you don't know what's going on, it wasn't intentional. Well, that's why playing innocent causes you to actually override that, so that you guys don't actually play that game. So be able to demonstrate that you're vulnerable, and that you're kind of like the innocent little girl, because then he's gonna actually feel bad for you. You know, it's actually a pretty good technique. That's what I do. Yeah, I do act like the innocent little boy. I act like I cannot resist myself. Damn, girl, you're so fucking hot. I cannot keep my hands off of you. It's not my fault. Stop looking at me that way, damn it. Like, that's how you act. Like, it's not my fault. You're too fucking sexy. You know? Anyways, this is Alex from Afterward. You see, this is what happens when I don't get to edit my videos. You see those little pauses, little awkward pauses? See, I would have edited so many things in this, man. Holy shit. Anyways, take care. Support me on Patreon. Pray for me because I need this laptop fixed. And have a good day. Bye-bye.